And tonight, the race is on right here in the Bluegrass State, the contest for Kentucky governor. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. We've got a lot to bring you right here in the next 30 minutes on the WHAS 1119. It didn't take long for the races tonight to be called in the primary. The projected winners for both parties declaring just after 7 o'clock tonight, with a low statewide voter turnout of just over 14%. It will be popular incumbent governor, the Democrat Andy Beshear, defending his office against Republican and current Attorney General Daniel Cameron of Louisville. If elected, Cameron would become the first black Republican governor in United States history. Cameron won by nearly 20 points over the closest opponent tonight. Current Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles in second place. Former UN Ambassador Kelly Craft spending millions, coming in third, followed by Eric Dieters. Well, we begin our coverage right here tonight live with Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt. They're outside the Galt House, where Daniel Cameron was declared the winner very early tonight. Isaiah?
Doug, very early indeed. Daniel Cameron securing that victory, admittedly, even faster than some members of his own campaign team expected. Just an hour and 15 minutes after polls closed here, even earlier over in Western Kentucky, that is on Central Time. Ultimately, Daniel Cameron saying his ideals of faith, family, and community held true here tonight. Kentucky's Attorney General, now Republican nominee for governor, going from frontrunner to victor in a crowded primary, winning by a sizable margin just after the clock struck 7, sharing a congratulatory hug with mom and dad soon after his victory speech.
So to anyone who looks like me, know that you can achieve anything. Know that in this country and in Kentucky, all that matters are your values.
Cameron wasting no time in crediting former President Donald Trump's endorsement for his success.
The Trump culture of winning is alive and well in Kentucky.
Now the attention turns to the battle against popular incumbent Governor Andy Beshear.
He's content to preside over the abandonment of our inner cities and the desolation of our rural communities. Now the governor during this election will try to take credit for things done by our Republican legislature. But no amount of window dressing will absolve him of his actual record.
And as to whether the other Republican candidates in this race will now support him, Cameron says it's the time to come together to flip the governor's seat red. Now, to put some perspective on this, it was truly a landslide victory. Cameron garnering almost 50% of the vote statewide and more than 60% right here in Jefferson County. But keep in mind, this was a low voter turnout situation. We do understand that there's going to be a lot more voters at the polls. It'll be a different scenario in November. I do want to point out that we tried to ask Cameron some questions following his victory speech. He didn't speak with reporters here tonight. Doug.
Oh, really? Well, here we go for the governor's race then. Well, Kelly Craft spent nearly $11 million, as we said, to place third. What turned the tide against her, Isaiah? What are you hearing tonight?
Well, Doug, I talked with Iris Wilbur-Glick. She's actually a political analyst who was here tonight. She doesn't believe Craft's money spent on this campaign turned voters off, rather her authenticity or lack thereof in this case. She speculates some of these national issues that Craft focused on, like woke ideologies, ultimately didn't resonate with Kentucky voters. Doug.
Well, did you pick up tonight any hints of how this campaign between Beshear and Daniel Cameron is going to play out up until November?
Well, Doug, she speculates both candidates will need to separate themselves when it comes to family values. You might remember Cameron has focused hard on the Easter Sunday that Governor Beshear sent troopers to churches. She says that Cameron will have to go beyond that point and expand that. At the same time, she says Governor Beshear will have to be very careful on how he chooses to attack Daniel Cameron, hoping not to alienate some of the Republican base that has shown him approval or shown approval of his first term here to this point. I'm live here in downtown Louisville tonight. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Okay, Isaiah, thank you. Such interesting theories tonight, and we've got months to go. More on the way.